No eye, no ear, no nose, no ham, no eye, no eye, no shape, no shape, no eye, no ear, no nose, no ham, no eye, no eye, no shape, no shape, no eye, no ear, no nose, no ham, no eye, no eye, no shape.
Beautiful.
5 by 5.
In the bathtub, as it were,
Yeah. Yes.
or
Yeah.
wonderful.
Nice and nice.
What are you wearing? What is this outfit? It looks like an authoritarian sci-fi uniform. You'll be what is it? Oh shit. What was that movie everyone loves? That's a legitimately good movie. Remember the thing of September, November. Shit. That's a big history and film gaff on my part right there. Oh shit.
Okay.
Fuck, come on, dude, help me out. I can't remember the Australian actor who played the principal character. V for Vendetta. Oh Jesus, that was agony.
V for Vendetta.
That
Okay.
does not bode
Gotcha.
well.
That was one about everyone becomes infertile, right?
Pete, have you been watching Cobra Kai?
No.
Oh, well, goddamn my eyes. Yeah,
Um,
actually pulled some human emotion out of me and Jen this afternoon watching the finale.
no kidding. No
Yeah.
kidding. I watch a number of things, but nothing really worth watching. I watched a sci-fi on Netflix called AI Rising, I think it was called. Basically, yeah, a two-hander where, the android is often naked. So,
Well, I'm not opposed to that. In fact, a story that cliched, I think, would make a wonderful film if it was made as a dirty, grindhouse, ugly, exploitative feature, like the good old days. If
yes,
you're
yeah.
gonna have a ham-fisted story, you may as well beef it up with tits and ass and fucking huge Verhoeven squibs.
It would
Yeah,
have been more fun if there was a bit of Verhoeven in it.
people need Verhoeven right now more than
Yeah.
ever. Jen and I rewatched Dead or Alive recently, my favorite Takashi
Japanese, yeah.
Miike film.
I think my friend Kazuki's in that film.
No shit. Kitamura Kazuki.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Japanese are killing it these days, I think, they're not into the whole progressive culture nonsense. They don't give a fuck about politics. Refreshing.
Mom certainly thinks so. Ben's still working.
Let's see. Still be slightly
Yeah.
late, need to protect my marriage. Fair enough. I gotta get another drink.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get a beverage myself. All right.
What are you drinking, Pete?
A Toshin.
The party finds themselves out front the horrible inn that welcomed them. The bizarrely contoured ground rises northward in the direction of Saltzheim proper, where at the hilltop the party last saw two of their welcomers fleeing from the slightly deadlier than maybe desired scuffle earlier. But for some reason you do not feel alone. It is to you, players. Isfahan, lead the way.
Well, based on our encounter with the locals, I'm not going to make the mistake again of thinking they are friendly.
I don't like these people.
I noticed a couple structures. I would like to take a look if you wouldn't mind accompanying me. I'm just going to wander about.
There were structures nearer to the waterfront, yes? Perhaps we should head there, my fellows.
Razimuth, roll a d20, add your professional bonus and your intelligence modifier. Knocking it out of the park tonight, guys.
Saving it up for the amazing rolls later.
That's right.
Yeah. There's a slap somewhere in there.
Glib, your thiefly instincts insist there is something worthwhile in the general area. You and Isfahan approach the building in the dark. This relatively large stone dwelling is completely desolated, like the others in the area. The door hangs off, cobwebs abound. However, there is evidence of a long ago violent struggle within. It is evident from the hearth on the opposite side of the building that this may have once been a blacksmith's hut. As you parse through the debris inside and the odds and sods, Isfahan, your hands feel a comforting warmth And from the recesses of this space that you've been exploring with your hands, you pull a very dusty, what can be described as a 1.5 meter long kanabo. It has magical properties, imbuing it with the pain of truth.
Whiz bang.
If you clean it up, it might have some value to it. You bang someone on the head with that, it'll hurt.
Razimuth, you have been watching Isfahan fondle his club and Glib comment on its noble characteristics. Of what mind are you?
Let's get out of here.
Jogging to catch up with the other two, Glib, moving northward across the hilly ground, gradually sloping ever upward as you move north, passing a smoldering, familiar-looking corpse. The party mounts a rise to see Saltzheim proper spread before them. A sparse, lonely village characterized by low abandoned huts, a few brick houses, very few signs of life. The center of town features a large, barren circle of land, well trodden, and in the middle of this, a tall black post surrounded by ash. The low sound of a gathering can be heard somewhere in the distance. The rest of the town is eerily silent. Far in the distance from this hill, you can see the looming shape of the Saltzheim keep, dark against the darkness.
Do you fellows hear that? I mean, I hear
Yeah.
something.
That big grassy patch up ahead. That's queer.
Isfahan, you are able to discern the sound of a gathering of people, muffled.
Lo, companions, that noise we hear appears to be coming from the northwest.
You're able to make out a long stone building with a thatched roof, and there are in fact a couple of burning torches on the front of its facade.
Should we give it a wide berth is what I'm tempted to say.
What the
Don't
fuck?
you want to see what's going on?
What the fuck
I mean,
are you doing, Glib? Where the fuck are you?
I'm sorry. My screen is being very, very strange here. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know why I'm there. I want to go back. I want to be back with the other guys. I don't know how to get back there.
It's this queer ground.
It occurs to me
Poor
that
Charlie.
things here are kind of fucked up. I mean, I'm a professional at this sort of thing. Why don't I go down there, have a look, come back, report to you?
That was going to be exactly my suggestion, our intrepid discovering companion. Capital idea. Isfahan's going to sit down on the ground and just kind of curl his legs under himself.
Well, Glib, does that mean you're taking it upon yourself to recce the building?
Yeah, I'll sneak over there. You said there was a window? Is it low enough for me to see into?
Standing on his tippy toes, Glib could probably take a comfortable look. He is able to peer within. And at a distance, Glib can see a bright source of light within the center of the room, a brazier casting a strange hellish orange glow about, and you can see many, many moving shapes within. This is definitely the source of the sound that you heard earlier, an amiable, happy-sounding group.
Glib's over here now, looking around, seeing if there's light coming out from under a door or from another window.
As you work your way around the building, you do find a door with light coming from the underside. Roll a d20 and add your professional bonus and your dexterity modifier.
Jesus.
Glib cracks open the door. There's a candle lighting the space somewhere, though out of sight of Glib. And as he looks through on the angle, he can see on the far side, past hanging pieces of meat, pork perhaps, some animal skinned and hanging and prepared, curing in this room. Glib conceives that it is a larder, and he can see a door beyond on the far wall, leading presumably into the building proper.
Perhaps we join our companion down and on so as not to be so isolated here upon the hill. What say you, companion Razimuth?
Seems like a fair course of action.
Glib, as you step into the larder, you are aware that there is nobody else in this place. You can hear the voices now more distinct on the other side of the door.
In terms of the smell, does it smell like, rotten, or does it smell like, okay, it's cured?
Roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier. It smells sour. Pursuing in a thiefly manner, Glib, allowing for minimal pressure, tests the mechanism and finds that the door is not latched.
He's going to stealthily open it a crack so he can kind of peek peek around and see what's going on in the main
Roll a d20
space.
and add your dexterity and professional bonuses.
17.
No sound as you crack it open. And beyond, you can see the front corner of the interior of the building. You're able to make out a bar. You are not able to make out the bartender from your current position. And in the dancing shadows and the darkness and the fog, as you open the door, I should mention that sour smell sweeps through. You're almost lifted off your feet, almost narcotized, as you get this waft pressing over you like a weight, this sour smell and this dark, heavy air. You're able to see that the space is actually quite full of individuals, similar looking to the welcoming party who greeted you at the inn earlier this evening. Let's pass it back to Razimuth in Isfahan.
Did you catch an odd scent of something, Isfahan?
Perhaps we could follow him in.
Yes. Let's join the gnome then.
So as far as you both know, you soundlessly approach the door. Peering around the corner, you are able to see Glib beyond in this pantry-like space lit by flickering candlelight. He catches your eye as you peer in. Glib, what's next?
You're both very impatient. I was coming back, I swear. Anyhow, something smells really funky. There's a lot of people in there. It sounds like a very bad scene.
I do not want to meet any more of the residents unnecessarily.
I think we should be trying to talk to Baron Hines. I think, go to the top.
Are there any? Is that smell is that present to where Isfahan is?
Absolutely. It is easily detectable through the cracked door which Glib is standing adjacent to.
Can you try to make a sniffy assessment of what that smell might be?
You want to make a sniff assessment?
I want to make a sniff assessment.
You want to assess that sniff?
Yep. I want to. Isfahan's gonna sniff that smell at 9. Winner!
It's not a smell you know firsthand from experience, but it's a smell that has been described in many holy texts as having unholy association, being of the other world.
That particular scent stems from another realm entirely.
That's not good. That's not good.
Another very good reason why we should avoid them. Isfahan's gonna kind of slowly back out of the building.
Gentlemen, let's take a bio break.
There's some bad juju in this town.
If we could figure out a solution for the farts, everything would be great. It's
Lots
usually
of
about half
gas.
hours of trying to fart, and then the room smells really bad, and then he eventually just subsides.
How can such a small being produce such a powerful smell?
It's
The
funny.
joy of music should be shared. Like Slift.
Yeah, Slift is awesome.
What is Slift?
It's
I don't have a
cool.
Wikipedia
It's
address.
cool. It's cool. Robin,
All right.
if you go to your settings, you should be able to choose your microphone, and that will
Yep.
help me and the other boys avoid the sound of your wife's yoga class. I don't like it when players moot themselves when they're not talking. I don't like moot. I want you to be able to laugh and breathe and chuckle and whatever. I like all that shit. Exterior sound sources are an aggravation, like yoga classes or dogs barking or biting you or whatever it might be. So,
I have to look at it too.
yeah. Anyhow, gentlemen, how does the party progress from here?
I believe that as we were instructed in our dispatch, we should make our way to Heinz,
Yeah,
Um,
Baron Hines.
Baron Heinz's keep.
We should burn these motherfuckers down. That's kind of my thing. I'm just saying.
Perhaps the lord of the region is not aware of these nefarious maldoings. We could alert him, and perhaps find some succor and rest in the keep itself.
Perhaps the Lord would be welcoming.
Okay. When we go up there, we got to watch our asses.
Fairly warned.
From the interior of the building, the party can hear, "Kills him! Kills him!"
Let me ready my hand.
So, did that come from, like, whereabouts in the building did that
The
come from?
interior beyond the door inside the larder. And I'll note, in case you didn't get the nuance of that terrific performance, that was a very familiar voice.
Sounds like an individual we had a run-in with earlier.
I recommend that we depart from here as quickly as possible.
Perhaps we can take them unawares.
Can you get inside the room silently?
This room? Yes. And
No, the other
room?
one.
The big room? I've been known to do it. But
All right, enough talking, gentlemen. It is the time for action. Glib, how do you proceed?
Don't worry. Isfahan has his new staff. A rod.
all right. So Glib will go back in, blow out the candle, try to stealthily open the door enough for him to slip through.
Please to make another stealth check. Glib, roll your d20, add your professional bonus and your dexterity modifier. Okay.
Epic fail.
Glib, bumping past the hanging pork carcasses, you blow out the candle and move back towards the door. Placing professional pressure upon the door latch and opening it, you do so with impeccable thiefly dexterity. However, as the door is 2 inches open and you're gleaning a view of the inside, Glib, you fart so loudly, and the raucous voices, the hallooing and singing inside grinds to a halt. You can actually feel the weight of about 12.5 eyes turn towards the direction of the door.
Glib turns and he's out the door.
Isfahan and Razimuth, you hear the building go dead quiet as a shredding, ass bisecting fart rips through the night silence, and a moment later Glib comes shooting out the larder door. Razimuth, what's your reaction?
Razimuth is going to follow Glib and try to interrogate him as to what he has seen. Was there a demon?
You see a group of men emerge out the door from whence you just came, almost falling over each other, a tumble of confusion, looking around the general area. One of them holds a lit torch sconce in his hand, and he's waving it around, sees Razimuth looming over Glib, interrogating him almost, and whispering over loud, and the leader of this group of men calls out, opening his arms wide in a welcoming gesture, says, "Come on the inside, have us ein drink."
Ah, it is most kind of you to extend the invitation, but it is rather a deep night, and we're on our way towards the keep. Perhaps we shall join you, gentlemen, in the morning for a breaking of the fast. But we are in something of a hurry.
They're crowding about now, creating a pressure with their bodies around you guys.
Does anyone got a drink?
No, my friends. We really are expected by the Baron.
Oh, Herr Heinz, yeah. Yeah, you must speak with McConnell. He points in a northwesterly direction. The men, seemingly satisfied, file back into the larder door.
We need to talk to McConnell?
The Alderman, I believe.
Oh, my wits have left me this night. Oh, thank God, I'm in the same company as Razimuth. I nearly put us into the lion's mouth again.
That was an unfortunate squeaky hinge on that door. Perhaps we should take this as a good omen and continue on to McConnell.
To the northwest is a somewhat larger, more stately house that sticks out against the background of the dark black night sky on the edge of the cliff along the coast.
Did you see that weird person staring at us as we went by? Did anyone else
Person?
notice that? Glib's going to reach out and knock the door.
There is no response.
Glib will try the door and try and peek inside.
You can hear a pathetic drunken singing in the distance.
Shall we, gentlemen?
To drink more vodka or to not drink more vodka? That is the question. Well, I'm going to drink more vodka, so that's that.
All right.
I like this session. We're having a good time, I think.
This is fun. Yes, thank you,
It
Dave.
is.
What do you
I'm
got
so
there,
glad
Robin?
We didn't get
Water?
Just
murdered.
water for the moment.
Hydrogen dioxide. That's the good stuff.
All right, let the damage begin.
All right, boys. Glib
That's
peeked
correct.
inside. He sees an empty corridor and a welcoming space.
Shall we go? Shall we go in? Let me have a look.
Stepping in, you find yourself alone within the entrance corridor. Moving down, you hear the singing get louder, and peeking around the nearest most corner, you see an office space with a lone person sprawled across a desk.
My friend, do you care to share in your revelry?
The bloodshot eyes from the face, a mask of absolute despair, lift up towards you. The singing pauses for a moment, and then the bloodshot eyes lower, and in a slurring, drawling voice it goes on, a dialect you don't recognize, a song you are unfamiliar with. The individual sags on the desk, drooling upon himself. And perhaps we'll bring it to a close this evening on that scene, my friends.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Good D&Dings to you.
Thanks, Davidson.
Yeah, thanks, brothers. Thanks, Brother D,
This was
for
awesome.
Now,
We
Gaming?
didn't kill anyone.
yeah, no
Yay!
murder tonight. No murder
Who?
tonight. No outright
No murder
aggression
tonight.
and violence towards your fellow man. All right. Well, now I'm drunk, so there it is. Good D&D, boys. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Talk to you
Love you,
real soon.
brothers.
Good night, Pete.